Okay, so welcome to the Friday Night Essence team, and this is our Friday night meeting about iClub Biz. And tonight I just want to go a little bit more in depth than I have in the past on the whole iWebatool product and what is really possible to be able to do with this. We're very fortunate that we have Joe Shoup in our team, and he's been working closely with Jeff Evers to try to fine-tune the iWebatool systems. And Joe's got a great background in email marketing. And if you haven't quite connected on the power of some of the email marketing system that we have here, that's what I'm going to try to shine a little bit of light on tonight. And I'm going to try not to make it too long just because this gets a little more involved. There's a little more detail, and I don't want to confuse the socks off of everybody. So, Donald, if I'm starting to sound confusing, can I count on you to kind of let me know?
Yes, I got you, Chef. I got you.
All right, that's awesome. I appreciate it. All right, so we do have a team that's growing in leaps and bounds right now, and we do have people who are buying leads and are having success with converting some of those leads. But what I want to do just real briefly tonight is to address folks that may not be in a position to buy leads, but they still want to see if they can get some activity going, be able to start being able to get some team building going, because that's where it gets exciting. That's where cash flow starts to come in on a more regular basis. And that's where I really am holding the vision for more people to be able to get to. So let's get to this real quickly. And I went and logged into my iWebatool back office. Hopefully it's still active and hasn't kicked me out yet. I think we're still good. Let me see. Yes, it's still good. So I wanted to first of all let people see something that got added that has not been here before in our back office. Many of you have seen all of these lead capture pages that we have back here. I want to just reiterate one very important piece is that with these pages back here, and these pages are all the 002, the 003, the 004, the 005, those I know are all related to, and the 010, all related to travel and or iWebatool. And each of these pages, if you go and look at them, and there's another one, Plan B, iWebatool, 0024. So, there's quite a number of these in here that if you take the time and just click on each of these pages, and the page will pop up, and the video will play, and you'll get an understanding of what we're talking about to people. Each of these with the travel and or the iWebatool can get you 4 times more commission if people go through there to sign up than if they go through your iClub Biz page or your Extreme Savings Travel Club. It's the same with iWebatool. If somebody goes to iClub Biz and signs up for your iWebatool, you get $1.25, 10%. But if they come through one of these pages back here for iWebatool, you actually get $5 for a sign up. So just know it works just like the travel. If you use the iWebatool, you're going to get a higher commission. People above you don't get the commission on that first month, but you get a higher commission. And then in the second month, the commission gets split up normally, where it would be $1.25 for you, and then whoever above you also would make some money on it as well. So that's the first reason to seriously look at these capture pages and see what they do. Now, the second thing I want you to understand is we have the ability to put a few people's names into these capture pages. This is a brand new tool. And I don't know if Jeff talked about it the other night. I came in a little bit late. But this is a tool that allows you to be able to, and it says you can only do 10 leads a day. But if you know 10 people that you've got their email address, and you know that they're open, at least they've kind of been looking at what you're doing, and they seem to at least be a little bit curious. If you've got their email addresses, you can actually manually load them into your 002 lead capture page. And you can use this page to do it. Just put in their name, their email, and their phone number if you have it, and then click here to enter the lead. And if you look down here where it says click here, this shows you where it's gonna put them. It's gonna put them into your 002 capture page. So the good news about that is that they will start to receive, let's shut that down, they will start to receive the emails that are associated with that page if you load them in manually here. Now, if I'm going to go to this one because I already got this one pulled up. This is your 0004 lead capture page. You can see the 004 right up here. And this one is targeted to people who are already in business. Okay? That should be the group that we can get some people to take a look at this, especially other network marketers. There's tons of them out there. You know it. They're always trying to recruit people in different places. And, you know, some people will look at what we're doing and then they'll go and post something about what they're doing. I mean, this 004, you know, if you found people who are in network marketing, you could be putting questions out there about, hey, here's a question for anybody who's in direct sales or network marketing. How do you get your leads? And see if anybody answers that kind of question. If they do, you can be asking them, how's it working for you? Is there other ways that you'd be open to learning about getting additional leads? And, you know, because this is designed to help get leads for other network marketers. So if you found somebody on Facebook, say, that got into conversation to you about needing more leads for what they're doing, they are people that you could ask them to private message you with an email address and say, you know, may I send you some additional information on a lead generation system that we're working with? So if they say yes and they give you your email address, you can physically go ahead and load their name and their email address in here. If you have a phone number, that's great, but the phone number is not required. That will put them into your email list. Understand that when you get people into an iWebatool email list, you have the ability, and in many cases it will start automatically, sending those people emails on a, you know, like one day and then another one 3 days later and another one 5 days later, and it will continue to send people emails giving them information about iWebatool. That happens without you doing a single thing. And that's the upgrades that Jeff Evers was talking about with the iWebatool. So if I go back into the back office of my iWebatool and we go to the members area, and we talked a little bit about this one night, but right now, because of the fact that Joe is involved in helping to rewrite some of the messaging for the autoresponders, that's what's really kind of cool, because Joe's got a strong background in using email messaging as a way to pull more people into your business. And so that's what this is all about. And I'm hoping this is going to go to my members area. It's going extremely slow.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get to the autoresponders because that's where the upgrades are. And so just to give you a little bit of an idea, when you can put people in your capture page, or somebody enters their own information, or maybe you enter their information, the emails they used to get, I didn't want to use them because a lot of them I thought sounded kind of spammy and kind of hypey, and I didn't really care much for them. But basically what Joe has done is he's gone through, and for a bunch of these pages, he has rewritten about the emails that will go out to people. So that's a beautiful thing, because again, he's got a lot of experience in that arena, and he knows what works and he knows what doesn't. So finally, it made it to my members area. So if you come down here to the autoresponders, you will see that back here, these are all preloaded with a bunch of autoresponder messages. And you can look at them. They're all in there. And right now, if you started loading people's names into one of your pages, like the 004 that talks specifically about needing leads, you know, this is the series of emails that they would, well, this is the 002, I'm sorry. I'm going to try not to be too confusing. Okay, iWebatool prospecting system. So anyway, these all look the same. So this is the 004 as it stands right now. And again, I haven't been extremely excited about these emails, so I really haven't used the capture pages the way we can. But now, if we close that up, if you look down the page where it says messages available, this is where all the new email messages are that Joe's been involved in helping create. So now, if you go down here and you look at the 004, this is a much different set of emails that people will get. And I love it. He talks about here, according to Robert Kiyosaki, you shouldn't invest in systems, not products. That's amazing. Anything that refers to someone like Robert Kiyosaki, I get very excited about that. There's a lot in here that talks about your plan B and how's it working out for you. So this is really designed to appeal to people who are already in network marketing. So this is the big, beautiful thing, that the work that you guys have done, the work that Henry has done that brought people like Joe and Mark Stevens into our organization, they're getting involved to help make our system better. That's a beautiful thing. I feel much more comfortable about these emails that are in here than the ones that were originally up there. So you have an option, and this is the upgrades that that Jeff was talking about. If you want to take and replace the emails that are up here with the new emails that Joe has helped to put together, then you can do it. And you can see all this yellow writing out here that says load all of these system messages. In fact, I think I'm going to do that right now with this. So right now, I'm going to take the 004 new messages and I'm going to load them into my auto response messages. I'm going to replace the 004 messages that are in here with the new ones that Joe's helped to write. So all I have to do is click here on the yellow writing where it says load all 004 iWebatool prospecting system messages. Click on that, and then it says, are you sure you want to load all these messages? Because basically what they're saying is the old messages in the 004 emails are going to be deleted. And I'm going to say, okay, that's fine with me. So I just changed the messages that will now go out in my 004. So those now, assuming all is working well in the system. Yes, so you can see the Robert Kiyosaki one up here now. So basically, I have now loaded these new emails in. So if I went to my 004 page here, and I knew people who were network marketers that might be looking for a tool to help them generate more leads and helping them understand they could use iWebatool to do it, I could load in, I think they only allow you load in here 5 a day. I could load in up to 5 names and emails a day of people I know who are network marketers. And when I did that, immediately, these messages are going to start to go out. So you can see it says the first one would be, it would say their name and then thanks for your interest in creating your plan B with our proven system. Well, it says thanks for your interest. This gets back to asking questions on Facebook or other places to find people who have interest. who want a new tool to help them to generate leads. So once you find somebody out there in Facebook land who might be interested in additional information, you can say, great, you give me your email, I'm going to send you some information. So you put their email in that capture page, and then they're going to get this email immediately. And you can see what that looks like. It says, hey, I just got your contact information, about building your successful business from home, and I wanted to make sure you saw this. Well, this will take them back to the video for your O4 capture page so they can see it, and they can see how iWebatool works. So that's a beautiful thing. A few days later, because they get this one instantly, and you see that if you open these up. This one says send instantly. 2 days later, they get another email. 5 days later, they get another email. 9 days later, they get another email. And so the email is reminding them that you have this thing called iWebatool that they might really want to investigate. And if you look down through here, you can see, it starts off with doing quite a few reminders initially, 11 days, 14 days, 18 days, 23, 30. But after that, if they haven't responded, then it gets a little slower. Now it's 40th day, 60th day, 77th day, and then it pretty much ends on the 98th day. But you've given them 98 days of reminders about looking at the iWebatool system. And I just want you to understand, we are living in an ADD world these days. Everybody's so distracted. Everybody's got so much going on that when you find people who even are kind of sort of interested, and you've got pages for the travel. You find somebody who seems kind of sort of interested in the travel. Instead of trying to get them to sign up immediately, you can just say, hey, are you willing to share your email? Send me a private message with your email, and I will start to send you a little bit of information by email about what we're doing. And as it goes along, you'll probably have questions, and we can talk about it then. So we really can generate some interest by asking questions and knowing which of your lead capture pages you want to focus on putting some names into the page. And then know that the page is going to go to work for you. Because every one of these emails, when it goes out with your name on it, it says Mr. Spock would approve. So it's a going out there to people who are Trekkies, and helping them understand this is a logical tool. And so again, there's your link again to get them to go take a look at what iWebatool is all about. And so there it is. This tool is a moneymaker. Stop wasting your time on the wrong people. So this is Jeff giving a good detailed explanation about iWebatool as a marketing system. So do you start to get an idea about the power that's here? Because if somebody gets an email over and over again with your link in it, you stand a better chance of them clicking on that link and learning about the product than if they just hear something from you one time. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely, Shan. That's good.
Oh. So, but we have to use the tool, and we have to teach other people how to use the tool. It's not that difficult. And like I said, you just have to get some clarity and focus on one of the pages that you really want to, be able to focus on. So if it's iWebatool, I like this one because, again, anybody in business needs leads. You could be asking Facebook questions about how are you getting your leads? How is it working for you? Get into those conversations. And if you find people who say, dang, I ain't got enough leads, I'd be really, interested in finding out how can I, be able to have a system to create more leads that might actually become customers, then say, hey, I can put your, if you give me your email, I'll start sending you a little bit of information that will help you to understand what we're doing. That is a thing that anybody in our team can do. And, you know, that's what we want to make sure that we're spreading some of this knowledge of out there and just helping people understand. If you ain't got 20 bucks or 40 bucks or 100 bucks to spend on leads, it's okay. Ask questions out there and see who might be interested in learning more, and just see if they'll give you the email. You put it in the page and let the page go to work for you. That's what we're spending the $12.50 a month for, is so that those automatic emails can go out to people and people can be reminded in this day of data overload. They're reminded and they're reminded and they're reminded until they finally go, okay, yeah, I'm going to go look at this now. I've seen it 4 or 5 times. I'm going to look at it and see if this is something I want to take advantage of. It's a powerful thing, but we got to use it.
Absolutely. You got to use the tools that are on hand.
That's it. That's it. And I still believe that Jeff really has given us some of the best tools that are available for the price. I mean, this is a low price point. It's not extremely expensive, and it can be used. You know, the biggie is just getting good at asking the questions out here and making the questions relevant to the capture page you want to use. So if you decide, you know, you really want to target travel people, well, good. But here's the other thing. If you want to target travel people, you know you've got 0010 as a travel web page. And I still like this video. I think it's a great video. If somebody says, yeah, I'd like to travel someday, it's like, well, can I at least send you some, email you some information so you know how this program works? Now might not be the right time for you. But guess what? If they'll give you the email and you put them in here, then all of a sudden they're going to start getting automatic messages out of here. I personally recommend that, you know, you go to those autoresponders and load all of those new emails that are in there into the pages, because I think they will work better than the ones that are there right now. And, you know, focus. And here's the other part of this, is say that you did go after the 010 for a bit and you were trying to talk about travel, you were trying to find people who would be interested in the travel. If you're not getting people talking to you about travel, if you're not finding people who are saying, you know, how in the world do I become a travel agent? If you're not getting that kind of response, then maybe leave the travel alone for a while and try focusing on one of these other pages. Whether it's the plain iWebatool, do you need leads, or whether it's about the 002, which is really about a online marketing opportunity. And that's what Joe sells in a big way, is, you know, capturing people who want to learn how to do business online. So, you know, just pick these and look at what the focus of the web page is, and then just tailor some of your questions and try different web pages with different questions until you start to get some results. People start talking to you, put them in the web page. But just remember, you can only do 5 a day, because otherwise the system thinks that you're trying to spam them if you're loading them all in there. And the system gets really upset if we're trying to spam a bunch of people. So we'll only let you do 5 a day. Just be aware of that. But if you put 5 people in there every day who gave you permission, that's the important part. You put 5 people in there who said, yeah, I'm open to receiving some information. They got to give you permission. Put their name and email in there. If you had 5 going in there every day, well, let's see, after 5 days, you have 25 people getting emails from you. After, you know, 20 days, of doing that, of 5 every day, you'd have 100 people getting emails from you. Do you
Wow.
think that would improve your chances of people actually starting to look at your stuff and possibly signing up?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because that's a reminder. I mean, because we get bombarded, like you said, with stuff every day. I mean, this opportunity to be on the bottom of the page before the end of the day.
Exactly, exactly. And that's the power of autoresponders. It works kind of like advertising does. You might ignore the first McDonald's commercial that's trying to convince you to go buy a Big Mac. But if you see that 5 times in a day, by the end of the day, you feel like you need to go buy a Big Mac.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, Lord.
So that's the whole idea, is just, understanding the power of the tool. But you've got to put the tool into motion. Get it moving for you.
Right.
Yeah?
I got to get Patrick doing that, and me doing that, and Henry doing that, and capturing everybody's email. Then that's automatically doing it for you.
It is. That's exactly what it ends up doing, and that's a beautiful thing. So, people get the.
I heard you mention my name.
Hmm?
I heard you mention my name.
That's right, he did. And we're sorry if we broke you off.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, these that all have these new messages in them that are all related to travel and iWebatool, I would go ahead and load those in so that you're using these messages instead of the ones that are already in there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that myself right now so that all of these, I've got the new information.
Do you have to set up a domain name, Shan, for that new page?
You don't have to, because here's the thing. If you are manually getting people to give you their email address, then depending on the capture page that you're focused on, and I'm just going to go back again to the iWebatool. When you log into the back office of your iWebatool, you have access to all the pages.
Okay.
So you don't even need a domain name. All I got to do is come over here and go, okay, so somebody's interested in learning how to generate more leads online. So I'm just going to my 004 capture page. They're not even seeing the link to it at this point. When it comes up, you're able to plug the information in, and it's taking its sweet time to load because of the video. But, that's the whole, actually, is that no? Okay, yeah, there's the travel one. So if you had somebody who was interested, there we go, that's the 04. I don't need this one to grind away. So here's the 04 page. Nobody even needs to worry about the domain, because you just come to the 04 page, put in their name, put in their email, click here to get instant access, and they're in.
Wow.
And you just caused them to get the first email.
I like it. And yeah, we'll get that going. That's a good one.
All right. I hope that wasn't too much information. I hope I kind of chunked it down enough so that it makes sense.
You did.
Okay. And that's why we record this too, because the video will be out there on my YouTube page. And if you need to watch it again to remind yourself, what to do and how to put some names in there, just understand you can get this web page starting to work for you. And if you're not having to send the emails and they're automatically going out every few days, that's a better chance that people are going to look at things and start to be able to, make a decision to sign up with you.
Right. Instead of you shoving the products and whatever you're doing, let the email marketing system do the work for you.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And I'm not sure that everybody has understood that that's really the power of what you've got here. But email marketing still works. It does. And I mean, it does, because apparently the whole Hercules system that Henry's using, it sounds like it's doing massive email marketing. So, you know, if it's working with a bunch of people, and we've got some darn good people who've come into the team through that. So just understand, if it's working through Hercules, it can work for you right here too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So I encourage you, if there's people in your team that you know want to get into more activity and they're struggling, send them to this video on my YouTube page under iClub and get them to look at it. And then, you know, if you feel like they're confused, they don't understand, if you can explain it, great. If you can't, let me know. We'll get some people onto a Zoom and we'll kind of put them through this as well and get them to understand it's not that hard to get your iWebatool working for you. Let's get that happening so that you have a better chance of getting some people signing up with you. All right?
Yes, sounds good, Shan.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. Well, I'm going to sign off on this recording for this evening, and if anybody has any other questions,